When I interviewed you in March of last year, so President Trump was already there. President Trump was already there. The trade war had already been launched. He had threatened all those tariffs. You said, no way are we getting rid of those tariffs on EVs. In this case, you have China, who does not respect the rules. They're dumping products here and cheap products, and therefore that would be hurting our Canadian economy and industry. Why has your government's position changed so dramatically when the conditions surrounding it have not?
It's very simple. Well, I would say the world has changed. In a few months, the world has changed dramatically. Our neighbor to the south has changed. I mean, I would say the speed, scope, and scale of change in the world is quite unprecedented. We just came from Asia. When the Prime Minister was in Asia, I was in the Middle East with him in Europe. And some would go back to 1945. Some would go back to the fall of the Berlin Wall. It's geopolitics, geoeconomics, supply chain, it's technology, AI and quantum. So all of these change requires you to be humble and to say, well, the world is changing at a speed, and our viewers understand that. There's so many things changing so rapidly that we had to pivot. We have to take the world as it is and being pragmatic in order to support Canadian industry.
But the world was that way in March of 2025. I mean, the president had already threatened all the tariffs. Some of them had even come into effect. He had been the president for 3 months, and you had a very principled stance about this, and those principles appear to have completely changed.
I would say with respect, the world was not there yet. I mean, the world has evolved since the time you and I talked about that last time. I would say a few months has really changed. I mean, you just have to look what happened in Switzerland. We were all there. I think people realize now that more resiliency, diversifying market, building new partnership is essential for Canada's prosperity and our sovereignty. You know, this is not an ordinary time. This is a time where all Canadians need to shoulder up what we're facing. And like I said, Vacha would have seen. I've rarely seen in this country such a sense of patriotism, of unity, of willing to work with us and the Prime Minister to say this is a new world. We are Canadian. We're proud of our heritage. We're proud of our values. I'm very confident about the future, but that's why we need to stick together in these tough moments.